What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything you need to know about on a daily basis. We're kind of seeing a double-edged kind of sword of the economy right now. And you look at this here, on one hand, uh, unemployment is actually really, really low. We're actually near a 50-year low of unemployment. You can see here the economy added better than expected 428,000 jobs in April. Unemployment holds at 3.6%, near a 50-year low. We were just actually at a 50-year low here a month or so ago at 3.5%, I think it was. So, on one hand, a lot of people are going back to work or have even left the workforce and just stopped looking for jobs. So, it's a little bit of a K shaped recovery here. Um, but like I said, it's a tale of two stories here. So, on one end, unemployment is good, really good. But on the other end, we have several things that are not so good. First, we have the stock market. Been very bad here lately. Yeah, yesterday the Dow Jones stock index, dropped 653 points yet again. It had a day last week, I think it was on Thursday, dropped over 1,000 points in one day. Now, the day before it had gone up about 900 points, but then the very next day it dropped over 1,000. It dropped on Friday again. The S&P 500 yesterday dropped over 3%. And it's just been really, really bad here. But to put this into perspective, this is a 1 year chart on the Dow Jones index. And we're just a little bit below where we were about a year ago. Okay. So, the whole sky is falling atmosphere, that's where you got to kind of put this into perspective. So here's the thing is that, last year we actually had, you can see here in 2021, the S&P 500 finished up. I'll zoom this up here for a little bit so you can see it here. The S&P 500 finished 2021 up 27%. The S&P 500 is basically the top 500 companies in the United States, completing its best 3-year stretch in since 1999. The Dow Jones index was up 19% on the year, and the Nasdaq gained 21%. So now we're basically back to where we were about a year ago. So, the stock market has a lot of ups and downs, a lot of ups and downs. So if you're a long-term investor, you just have to realize that you basically have the opportunity to buy into where we were about a year ago. So it's not, people have to put this into perspective here. When you look at a 5-year chart of the Dow Jones, so we're currently at 32,245. We'll just for round numbers say 32,000. 5 years ago, we were at 20,891. We'll round to 21,000. Now we're at 32,000. Okay, just to give you how far we've come in just 5 years. The S&P 500, which is just under 4,000 now, 5 years ago, it was at 2,400. So it's almost doubled in 5 years. Okay. So you got to kind of keep that into perspective that if your money can double in 5 years, you got to keep in perspective all these bumps along the road. These bumps are all kind of normal. They're all kind of normal. In fact, we had this large drop when the country shut down. And you got to remember that all these things of the economy is falling, inflation's coming, stagflation, interest rates rising, all this kind of stuff is always happening in our economy. And you just kind of look at this. In fact, when we look at the Dow Jones and we look at the max graph of what they'll let me show here, going back to 1992. 1992, the Dow Jones was 3,200. Now it's at 32,000. So it's gone up 10x from there. So if you had put in $1,000, now it'd be worth 10,000. Or if you had $100,000 in a 401k back then, now it's worth $100,000. This is why you put money in a 401k long term. You put in a little bit every paycheck and you basically create your own pension. Okay. This is actually how pensions are. My father, who worked at a grocery store for like 40 years, that's exactly how his pension was. They took a little bit of money out of his paycheck, every paycheck. He had to basically kind of, pensions work this way. He had to pay a little bit of money out of his own paycheck every week, and then the company matched it as well. Um, it's actually almost the same exact thing as a 401k. Okay, but by doing that, he got a paycheck for the rest of his life. It's almost the exact same thing as a 401k. And if you put your money and let it grow in here for, this is a 30-year timeline, 1992 to 2022, you can see your money can 10x as long as you don't panic and sell at every little dip in the road, and it's money for retirement. In fact, when you look at something like this, how many Americans own stocks now here in 2022? It's a lot because pensions don't really exist anymore. It's actually the percentage of Americans who own stocks now are 52% in 2019. It's now up to 56% here in 2022. But you can see it's risen dramatically since 1989 because pensions have essentially gone away mostly. Okay. So you can see here, because pensions have gone away, people now have to fund their own pensions. They have to make them in 401ks. Okay. So the amount of people that own stocks, this is for adults, obviously, not children, has risen dramatically over the years. Also, you can check this out here. The number of global cryptocurrency users nearly doubled from 106 million to 203 million in the first 5 months of 2021. Wow. 39% of workers with a retirement plan have savings and investments totaling more than 250,000. But that the average salary is about 50,000 nowadays. That's about 5 years of salary. While less than 2% of workers without a retirement plan do. That's why you gotta, if you're in the working mode, you gotta put some money, even if you start with just 2% of your paycheck. You gotta put a little bit away, especially if you get a company match. That's just bonus money. You gotta put some money away because pensions don't exist anymore. Yeah, and you can see here now 56% of all Americans own stock as of July of 2021. Who knows? It may be even a little bit higher percentage now. But if this is money for your retirement and you don't need it immediately, there's always these bumps in the road. And this is a good time to remember. I've been an investor for like, about 20 years right now. I'm 41 years old. And this is a good time to remember there's always these bumps in the road. If anything, it's a good time to invest right now. As long as I'll put an asterisk here, as long as we don't have a nuclear war. If we have a nuclear war, that the things are going to be a little different than I don't know what's going to happen in the stock market. That's an unforeseen circumstance. If that's going to be a very, very different story. God help us all if that happens. Don't even want to go there. Who knows? Um, can't even imagine. But as long as that doesn't happen, yeah, historically, when you see these kind of dips, um, it's historically a good time to buy. In fact, when it hurts the most, when we had that large drop of the pandemic, when the pandemic hit in 2020, March, April 2020, that was the best time to buy. In fact, anybody who bought anywhere near that, it was a good time to buy. It was a really hard time to buy then because, well, we didn't know. I mean, the country was closing down. So, really hard time to buy. Really hard time. We didn't know what this pandemic was about. We didn't know how long the country was going to stay closed down. Really hard time to buy. But basically, stocks went down by like 40%. Some stocks went down by more, some less, of course. But anybody who bought anywhere near that bottom almost doubled their money. And of course, every stock is different. I'm just saying, if you kind of like bought the index, the S&P 500 index or something like that. An index fund is basically like a total market index or an S&P 500 index. You're buying a share of like every different company. Okay, so if you buy the S&P 500 index, you're basically buying a share of 500 different companies. So you're diversified into a bunch of different companies. If you have a 401k, that's a great fund to be in. They typically have low fees. And also, or if you have a total stock market index or something like Vanguard Total Stock Market, great fund to be in. You don't have to worry about anything. You can just put the money in there and forget it, because you don't have to worry about one specific company coming up or coming down for your retirement. Really great fund to be in long term. So if you have something like that for your retirement fund. And like I said, buying low, selling high are great. The problem where people run into is that they tend to panic during times like these, and sell at the low, sell at the low. So regarding inflation, it's just really tough right now for a lot of people that are struggling with everyday bills. If you didn't see my last video, definitely need to go see that. The Biden administration just announced here I'll pop it up on the screen. Yeah, that shows the White House says 20 internet companies will provide effectively free internet to millions of Americans. Major companies like Verizon, Spectrum, major companies, part of the affordable connectivity program. They've now kind of expanded this. This is from billions of dollars that came from the bipartisan infrastructure package. So really good news on that, because it's going to provide free internet for millions of Americans, or at the most Americans will pay is $30 a month for high-speed internet. So I just did a video on that yesterday. I'll link you to that video here at the end of this video with more details on that. So a lot of people are going to want to sign up for that or get details on that. You can actually stay with your current internet provider if applicable for a lot of people. So I'll link you to that video here at the end of this video. But you're definitely going to want to watch that if you can. Or next, I should say. But this is where we need more and more programs like this that can either put money in Americans' pockets or save money for Americans. It's really the same type of thing here. So if you can either save money on your internet or put money in people's pockets, it's really the same type of thing. Same thing with food, uh, maybe your cell phone bill, maybe your car payment, your house payment, anything along those lines that we can get from either the federal government. We're seeing a lot of states do this here as well with state stimulus packages, state stimulus checks, states pausing their gas tax. We just seen the state of Florida, the governor there tout what did he call it? The largest tax relief program for the state of Florida here. I'll link you to that video here if you didn't see that. I personally think Florida can do a lot more. I wasn't really impressed with what they're calling the largest tax relief program. A little bit over $1 billion, because they have $20 billion in surplus. Um, so I don't know. I think he can do a lot more. Um, I don't know. You can let me know your thoughts here. I think Governor Ron DeSantis, especially if he wants to uh, be the Republican candidate for the Republican side, I think he's going to have to step up his game a little bit, so to speak. There, I've seen a lot of comments from Floridians. I think I'm pronouncing that right, saying we need help here in Florida, and you see a lot of these states given a lot back. Now, I know that the governor in Florida has given first responders and teachers stimulus checks here of $100,000 here previously. I think there might be a potential another round of those, and that's really good. That's really good as well. But that's only a small group of people, and remember, if you got $20 billion, that's you got a lot of money there. I mean, let's hope that he does a lot more here going forward here. Especially he's got a reelection coming up here. I'm not sure if he is up for a tight reelection campaign or not. I know that he's had a lot of controversy with the whole virus thing there, and with him and Biden going back and forth in Florida. But we'll see. I know they have a lot of money. They just said they had $20 billion, and they provided this $1 billion of tax relief, which is good. But I think they could do a lot more. I think they could do a lot more. So, let me know your thoughts here in the comments, and I'll keep you up to date here. Let me know if I've seen a couple comments from some people that kind of have brought some of these stories to my attention. So if you see anything from your specific state about something passed or something on the proposal for your state stimulus package or stimulus check or something like that, please comment down below. And if you see that comment for anything that is important news, please give that comment a like so it rises to the top. It'll be more likely that I will see it because we get thousands of comments every day. So yeah, so hopefully I'll see it. I try to read as many comments as I can, but I'm busy here too. Yeah, I got a life to live here too. I got 3 videos a day I make for you guys. We're doing research for you guys. I also got Julian, who is, oh my God, he is a handful. I'll tell you, that kid is, he's like how I was as a kid. It's just he never runs out of energy. He never runs out of energy. I'll tell you, he could stay up until midnight and not be tired. And it's like, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. It's like, I'll tell you, he is his nickname Hurricane Julian. He got that from was that last year or the year before? There was an actual hurricane that came through and was named Hurricane Julian, and the nickname is kind of stuck with him a little bit with some of our viewers and stuff here. But Hurricane Julian is kind of the perfect the perfect nickname for him because he just never runs out of energy. And but yeah, he's a sweet, sweet boy. So yeah, and as I said, happy Mother's Day to everybody. Hope you guys had a happy Mother's Day here. We had an Olive Garden here at home with my mom, Laurel's mom, and my brother and his fiance, and Hurricane Julian, and it was good. We actually had some warm weather here, and we got to go outside a little bit. We played a little bit of cornhole. If you know what that is, you kind of throw like a corn bag into a hole, like a wooden board. It was fun. It was fun, and yeah, we got to get outside. Ohio weather's been very sketchy lately. It's been cold. It can snow one day, and then it can be like warm one day. It's just really hit or miss here, man. I'll tell you. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here. Thanks for being a part of our family here. If you haven't joined our YouTube family, just click subscribe down below. Completely free to do so. And remember that new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. After you subscribe, click the bell icon down below. It'll appear next to the subscribe button. And yeah. You can click this video here to get more information about that free internet program. Pretty cool information there. Definitely want to check that out and share that video with your friends or family. And here's video about the Florida stimulus package that just passed. I think there could be more coming out about that as well. And there's more information, a couple other things in that video as well. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.